Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as y'all can tell by the title, today I am doing the how to prepare your kid for school. So I'm basically going to focus obviously for 4-year-olds, the ones that haven't already started school. So kind of eventually saying for pre-K or slash preschool. So as most of you know, I am a mom of 3. I have 1 boy and 2 girls, and my oldest one is my boy, of course, and he is 4 years old. And due to all this COVID going on, I decided to not register him for pre-K because, as we all know, pre-K is not obligated, but it is very, very helpful and recommended. And since it is not obligated, and I used to be a pre-K TA and worked with kids for I worked at an elementary school for 4 years. I want to know the basics of how to teach a 4-year-old. By all means, I am not saying I am a teacher because I don't qualify for a teacher. I'm just a TA. I have my associate's degree in early childhood education. So basically what I learned in college and my experience of working with kids, I like to show it to my kids, teach them, and also start doing videos to kind of help out mommies. So I know I am not the only mom in the world that decided not to register their kid for pre-K. So I just want to do this video just to give tips and ideas of what you can do at home to help your 4-year-old for next year when they start kindergarten. And like always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be subscribed to my channel, and click on that little bell button right beside it so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. What I'm going to show you guys is just the basics of what they do in pre-K, because there is so much more in pre-K than learning letters, writing your name, or colors and shapes. There's way much more. These are just the basics and what they do in the beginning. But pre-K it is so helpful, and it shows you a lot of things, and it really prepares your kid for kindergarten. As we all know, the first thing that a kid learns or should learn, or that they learn in the beginning of the school year for pre-K, are letters. So I have a set of letters here that I got the stencils at a dollar store. I bought some note cards, and I simply just traced them. I colored them in different colors so they can be very colorful. I think colors really attract kids to learning. So yes, like I said, letters are very important, and that's probably one of the first things that we try to teach our kids. And I'm not saying get flashcards and flash them to your kid every day for 2 hours, because they're gonna get exhausted and probably get tired of learning letters, and they're not gonna show interest in learning. So I think learning should be fun. You should make it fun and creative, but fun and creative, but at the same time they're learning. So yes, that's like I said, I've had these for 4 years. So ever since my son was born, I have been showing him these letters to him, and I think by now he's 4.5. I think by now he recognizes each letter. So let me move on to the opposite of letters, which are numbers. And what I basically did here, I did the same as my letters. I just and these I actually do have contact paper, just 0 to 9, and they're not in order. The same with numbers. Just do it in fun and creative ways, not really flashing these right in their face. The next topic that I want to get into is probably the most important, besides letters, thing to teach your 4-year-old. Well, actually, since the day they're born, or maybe since the day you find out that you're pregnant, is to read to your child. And I am a strong believer in reading since the day you learn that you are pregnant. And that is what I did when I found out I was pregnant with my son. And I also did it with my daughters as well. Is to read. And by reading, I am not saying to get 10 books every day and literally make your child sit in front of you and make them listen, because no, I think if you do that, they will probably hate reading. You have to make it fun, and like I said, fun, creative, and just them wanting more. These are some of the topics that I, in my opinion, recommend that you could read to your child. Oh, and I do recommend like just short and more pictured books, not really long books with, or long or thick books with a lot of words, because that's probably not going to draw their attention. So this one is one of the books that I used to read to my son when he was smaller. And I would lie to y'all if I said that I do it every day, because no, I don't, because I mean, which I should, but I just don't have that time like I used to. But I do try to involve books on a daily basis, and thankfully my kids are they kind of do enjoy books, so I'm very happy that they do. So anyways, this is one of the books that I used to read to my kids, and this book talks about words, so I think I really recommend this book. You could read also bedtime books, and I think this one is a good one. It's titled Goodnight Moon, and I think this one a lot of people know about. And also involve colored books, like this short one that I used to read to them all the time. It just talks about colors and some of objects that are that specific color, like blueberries or blue. So I really highly recommend this book because it's small, cardboard, and it's short. So yeah, and this is another book that I really like and that I think teachers read to their students in pre-K, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called The Lion and the Little Red Bird, and it's basically just about colors as well. And also this one, they have so many books, I haven't read all of them to them, but I don't think I've read this book, but just by even looking at the pictures, I really highly recommend it because it's talking about the colors in the rainbow. So I think that's very cool. So I need to start reading this book to them. And also involve books with counting, such as How Do Dinosaurs Count with 10? And I really like this book because it actually rhymes as well, and rhyming is very important as well. And then this one, fall is almost here, so this would be a good book to read. It's called One Leaf, Two Leaves, Count With Me. So yeah, and this is a very old school book, which I still enjoy. And from the moment that I gave this book to my son, oh my goodness, like he loves this book. He has flipped the pages so much and has also watched it in YouTube that he can recognize almost the whole book. Now, I would be lying to y'all if I said my son knows how to read, because no, he doesn't. They kind of start learning to read like in kindergarten or like when they're 5. But what he has done to this book is that he has recognized, because that's how much he loves it and that's how much I show it to him. And my daughter Dahlia, she's 2.5 and she's following right behind him. She's really enjoying this book as well. And I'm pretty sure we have all 80s and 90s babies, early 2000 babies. I'm pretty sure we have read this book. And it is The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And since this day, I still really enjoy it because it's just so fun and colorful. And, you know, I mean, what child has not read this book? So, what I have done besides reading this book and showing it to him on YouTube is actually doing some of the characters, because I want to do a video with both Amir and Dahlia doing playing out the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar. That's how much they enjoy and that's how much they've learned it. So I'm not done. I don't know when I'll actually do the video, but hopefully soon. But yes, and that is another way that you can involve reading to your child. It doesn't always have to involve a book in your hands. It can also be playing out the book, cutting out the characters, doing puppets, or even do a book with your kids for fun, like just using computer paper and colors. Like that's reading as well. So, or singing or talking to your kid a lot, or all that is just, I think, falls into the category of reading. And just by doing those little things, you are teaching your child so much. So, also, One book that I highly also recommend for all parents, for all mommies that have little ones, is this book that was that I had to use in college, and it is called Reading Magic: Why Reading Aloud to Our Children Will Change Their Lives Forever. To be honest, I read this book twice. That's how much I loved it. I really, really highly recommend it. It just has a lot of very important information of why you should read to your child. Oh my gosh, you will not regret reading this book. It is so helpful, and it's just, I mean, this is a chapter book, and I literally read it twice. That's just how much I love this book. Highly, highly recommend it. Let me just do a close-up here. So yeah, if you ever get your hands on this book, please read it. Okay, so now moving on to shapes. So as y'all can see here, I have the very basic shapes that kids learn in pre-K. And as well, these are handmade. I did not purchase anything. I simply just used colored cardstock paper, popsicle sticks, and a black marker, and wrote the name on each shape. And I didn't buy like the wooden shapes to trace the shapes. No, I kind of just did it in my own artistic way. So they're not all that good, but please don't judge me, because these are literally gonna last just a few months. So what the heck? I mean, as long as they kind of look like their own shape, I think that should be good. And these are the second time that I do this. I used to have some that I had also made homemade when my son was born, but they kind of just chewed on them, so yeah, it was pretty bad. And I used cardstock paper because it's not as wobbly as computer paper, but you are more than welcome to use computer paper. I just like using cardstock because it's a little bit thicker. So yes, that's just something else that you can do with your kids so they can learn these shapes every day. Okay, so now moving on to colors. I haven't really done nothing crazy for colors. But I used to have these when I was working at what's it called? Oh, at the school. So I had these, and they're not the all the colors. So what I want to do is actually just have like construction paper and have like have them match, like, you know, this is the color orange. Put it where you see the orange paper. So that's just something else that you can do with colors. Okay, so something that I purchased, and these were also like $1. I just love dollar stuff. Are these folders, blue for Amir and yellow for Dahlia. I got yellow because I didn't find no pink folders, but I will. Yes, like I said, I got these little folders for Amir and Dahlia just to put some artwork that I am doing for them for the moment. So if you guys have watched some of my previous videos, I have done like a little letter learning session with my kids. And speaking about the letter learning sessions, I am going to be completely honest. I don't think, I said that my kids were going to do 3 letters a week, and I was going to vlog that. And we stopped at the letter F. Yes, F. So I did 2 sessions with them, and I vlogged them. So if you want to go check them out, go ahead after you're done watching this video. But to be honest, I don't think I'm going to record every single letter that they do, because it's just too much, and because I also want to focus more with my kids one-on-one instead of just literally grabbing my phone and, you know, just recording them, because I feel like they don't learn the same. But I did want to do some of the letters because I like doing videos like that, and like I said, I want to help you mommies to get ideas and tips on how to teach your kids to learn the letters in fun ways. So they are going to do the letter G, and I have all their little materials here. And I'm probably just, what I'm going to do is just upload pictures on my social media at the end. So I'm not going to record them doing every single letter. So what they're going to do here is G, the letter G now, then the H and the I, and G is for giraffe. And you kind of just turn into the G into a giraffe. And basically here I just have some arts and crafts for Easter. They did a snowman back in January. And as they continue to do arts and crafts with me and the letters and all that, I'm just gonna keep it here. Now moving on to the last thing that I want to involve into this video, and it is writing their names. So writing their names is very, very important and probably the first thing that they are going to learn to write. So what better than to write their names, right? And that is something that we do also at the very beginning of the year and throughout the whole year in pre-K. So we start them by writing their name and then their middle name if they have one, and then their last name. So hopefully by the end of the year they know how to write their complete name. First, last, and middle if they have one. So what I did here before they start writing, and this is what I learned with the last teacher that I worked with, so shout out to you, April, if you ever watch this video. Instead of teaching them how to write it in the beginning, you can do little things like these. You can collect some water caps, put each letter of their name into a cap, and then have like a little name tag. So like this is Dahlia, and so I have each letter here of her name, and what she can do is like find the letter G and, you know, kind of just make them match. And I also did her middle name as well. So that's something that you can do in the beginning before, if you think that they're just not ready to grab a pencil and write, then that's just something that you can do with your kids at first. And then I have it with Amir, which he can already do, like he recognizes each letter and matches them. And obviously Dahlia is 2.5, so no, she's still gonna need help, but I mean, it is completely normal. I don't expect her to know the same things as Amir because she is 2 years behind, because she is 2 years younger. But I also involve her in these activities because I want her to learn, but I just don't expect much from her as what I expect for Amir, because I mean, he's turning 5 in February, so he'll start kindergarten next year. You can also go with the basic and have little slips with them, and then each day just pull out their name and say, you know, write the letter, write your name here. You can do that and write the date, so you can know how much they advance throughout the months. I have reached the end of this video. Hopefully I didn't do a lot of talking, but this was kind of the ideal of this video. It was a sit and talk vlog. Guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and y'all get to do some of these things with your kiddos at home. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See y'all in our next video.